Hello, everybody, and welcome to a big meet this year. We have our senior meet for our men's swim team, and today we'll be swimming against Acton, Boxborough, and Bedford. So, in just a few minutes, we're going to get started with the medley relays. And I just wanted to let everybody know that, of course, we had a little bit of a mix up again today with the power at the pool. So some of the videos were taken ahead of time, and everything was recorded after the meet was over. So just if things look a little different or sound a little different, that's why. But we'll get started in just a minute. For our 200 medley relay, in lane 2, we have Doug Caggiano, Nate Gales, Adam Wedlake, and Davis Haynes. In lane 4 is our senior relay. So much fun. We have senior captain Ryan Pillion, Fletcher Zhang, Captain Matt Song, and Captain Sam Granger. And in lane 6, you'll see Vincent Zhu, Andrew DeBazio, Will Estevez, and Zach Ouellette. We'll get started. Just an update that with our medley relay, because of some of the tech issues that we had, it does start a few seconds late, so that's why the start is missed, but not a problem, and we'll get started in just a second. All right, we are underway with our medley relay. In lane 2, furthest from the camera, you'll see Doug Caggiano in the pool now. In lane 4, in our center lane, we have our senior relay, Ryan Pillion, starting us off with the backstroke. And in dives Fletcher Zhang. The backstroke in lane 6 was Vincent Zhu, and diving in now for breaststroke is Andrew DeBazio. Swimming breaststroke over in lane 2, furthest from the camera, is Nate Gales. And our senior relay, we are transitioning over to Matt Song for the butterfly. Diving in closer to us in lane 6 is Will Estevez for the butterfly. And about to dive in over in lane 2 is Adam Wedlake. The qualifying time for sectionals in this event is a 1:52:53, and the state's qualifying time is a 1:48:99. All right, and diving in for our anchor in our senior relay is senior captain Sam Granger, and over in lane 2 is Davis Haynes, and closer to us in lane 6 is Zach Ouellette. And a strong finish from Sam. Another strong finish from Zach. And Davis Haynes finishing up his last 25 in his 50 freestyle. The final time for lane 4 is a 1:45:13. The final time for lane 6 is a 1:47:9. And the final time for lane 2 is a 2:14:00. All right, about to dive in for the 200 freestyle. In lane 2 is Rishika Sarla, whose best time this season is a 2:38:5. In lane 3 is Chris Fallman. Lane 4 is Aiden Curtin. Lane 5 is Brian Hall. Lane 6 is Oliver York. Lane 7 is Owen Walpole. And closest to us in lane 8 is Dan Otterson. Brian's fastest time in lane 5 is a 1:55:62. Oliver's fastest time this season is a 1:57:69. Owen's fastest time this season is a 2:11:44. And Dan's fastest time this season is a 2:12:87. Looks like we have Brian Hall and Oliver York in lanes 5 and 6 off to a strong lead, as well as Aiden Curtin in lane 4, close behind lane 5. Aiden Curtin is usually in some of our more sprint events, but he's showing that he is a super versatile swimmer in his 200 freestyle. All right, we still have lane 5, Brian Hall in the lead with his last 50 to go. Aiden Curtin turning not far behind him in lane 4, and Oliver York behind him in lane 6. All right, here comes the boys in for their last 25 of the event, with Brian Hall looking strong and Aiden Curtin not far behind. Brian Hall's time in that event is a 1:55:04. Aiden Curtin with a 1:58:01. And Brian also beat his best time in that event. Great job, Brian. We had Oliver York with a final time of 2:01:59. We had Rishi Kasarla with a final time of 2:35:72. Chris Fallman with a time of 2:04:72. Owen Walpole with a time of 2:07:50. And Dan Otterson with a time of 2:06:72. So great swims from all of our 200 freestylers. Next up, we will have the 200 IM. In lane 3, furthest from the camera, you'll see Trevor King swimming this for the first time this season. In lane 4 is Will Estevez, whose best time this season is a 2:15:81. In lane 5 is Matt Song, whose best time this season is a 2:06:94. In lane 6 is Vincent Zhu, whose best time this season is a 2:16:48. And in lane 7 is Doug Caggiano, whose best time this season is a 2:32:84. All right, our 200 IMers are about to dive in. Just a reminder that we do have qualifying times for sectionals and states, but unfortunately due to COVID we won't have those events this year. But it's still a great motivating factor for these swimmers. We see Will Estevez and Matt Song in the center lanes. Lanes 4 and 5 off to a strong lead, both butterflyers. Will Estevez looks like he's ahead at the turn, with Matt Song close behind. A pretty even race between Will, Matt, and Vincent. And it looks like Will in lane 4 and Matt in lane 5 will turn at basically the exact same time. Vincent not far behind in lane 6, and Trevor also close by over in lane 3. Doug heading into his breaststroke in lane 7. All right, and it looks like Matt will pull ahead on this turn in lane 5 with a strong breaststroke into the freestyle. Vincent Zhu not too far behind both Will and Matt as well, over in lane 6. And here comes senior captain Matt Song in for his finish, as well as Will Estevez not far behind in lane 4. Vincent Zhu coming in lane 6. Trevor in lane 3. Will Estevez had a final time of 2:14.38. Matt Song with a final time of 2:09.34. Vincent Zhu with a final time of 2:18.47. Trevor King with a final time of 2:21.37. And Doug Caggiano with a final time of 2:29.28. Up next is our 50 freestyle. Ansh Desai in lane 1, Adam Wedlake in lane 2, Ryan Pillion in lane 3, Andrew DeBazio in lane 4, Sam Granger in lane 5, Zach Ouellette in lane 6, Brendan Flaherty in lane 7, Dhruvan Prakash in lane 8. Ryan's fastest time in this, Ansh Desai's fastest time in this event is a 28:16. Adams is a 29:16. Andrews is a 23:75. Sam's is a 23:21. Zach's is a 23:84. We'll see if we can get some best times for the season in this event. And it looks like Captain Sam Granger will take the first finish for Westford in that event. Final times for our 50 freestylers are Andrew DeBazio with a time of 24:31, Sam Granger with a time of 23:56, Zach Ouellette with a time of 24:47, Ansh Desai with a time of 29:32, Adam Wedlake with a time of 28:94, Ryan Pillion with a time of 24:47, Brendan Flaherty with a time of 28:22, and Dhruvan Prakash with a time of 29:32. Next up, we will be recognizing our seniors. We're excited to recognize each of our seniors, and we had some of their families send in pictures throughout their swimming careers. So I think everybody will find it fun to see some of their faces over the years in different swimming events, different swim teams, and show how special the sport of swimming is for each of them. All right, up first we have Captain Ryan Pillion. Ryan has been a part of the WA swim and dive team for 4 years. An accomplishment Ryan is most proud of is that he made sectionals for the first time 3 weeks after appendectomy surgery during his junior year. Some favorite memories that Ryan has from WA swim and dive are his freshman year scavenger hunt, his sophomore year when Harriet ran into the boys' locker room and yelled at them for being late to warm-ups, his junior year getting racing stripes in his hair before DCLs, and senior year getting to be a leader and provides friendship and mentorship to his to his teammates. Ryan's message for his teammates is, you get out of it what you put in. When I was a freshman and sophomore, I didn't really take swim seriously. But then I found out that it is what I loved. I put more effort into it. I have since improved so much. So if you put in the effort, I promise you will get something out of it. In the words of my swimming mentor, Dory, just keep swimming. Next year, Ryan will miss being with the best group of guys anyone could have ever asked for. His plans for next year are to go to film school and possibly swim in college. Here's what Ryan's coaches have to say about him. It has been so fun watching Ryan mature over the last 10 plus years. Ryan has always been a hard worker and a great teammate, but over the past year and a half, his commitment to the sport of swimming has been extraordinary, and it's showing. He has come into his own this year with outstanding times, already qualifying for states in both the 200 freestyle and the 500 freestyle. We can't wait to see what's in store for him at DCLs. We will always remember Ryan for his contagious smile, his fist pumps and excitement after big races, and his love for WA and his swim teammates. Both his times and his personality will be irreplaceable next season. Thank you, Ryan, for your great commitment to the team. All right, next up we have senior Fletcher Zhang. Fletcher has swam for the team for 3 years after moving to Westford as a sophomore. An accomplishment that Fletcher is most proud of was being named Rookie of the Year as a sophomore. Fletcher's favorite memories are his sophomore year, being welcomed into the team and making friends that turned into family, his junior year, summer cookout and seeing the seniors get into college, his senior year, swimming with the boys over the summer in lakes and ponds. Fletcher's message for the team is cherish the opportunity to compete because you never know when your last race will come. Fletcher says that he will miss the team culture and Spags the most next year. Next year, Fletcher plans to swim at Ithaca College. Here are some words from Fletcher's coaches. Fletcher joined us his sophomore year and immediately fit right in with the team and made a huge impact in breaststroke, freestyle, and relays. At meets, we can always rely on Fletcher to be up on his feet, cheering for his teammates, laughing, and bringing a positive energy to the deck. Fletcher continues to work on bettering his stroke and technique and make adjustments to improve his times. He often takes a few extra minutes at the end of practice to ask for stroke critique, work on turns, and finishes. Fletcher is a bright light on the team, bringing the best out of his teammates and friends. We will miss his love of hanging out with the boys and working hard to improve. Next up, we have senior captain Matt Song. Matt Song has been a 4-year contributor on the team. Matt's biggest accomplishment was being named the MVP of the team junior year and winning the 200 IM at DCLs. Matt's favorite memory was winning out a close meet versus Weston his freshman year on the 400 free relay. He also lists going to states and championship meets for the first time and experiencing the competitive atmosphere as a positive memory. Matt's message to the team is train hard in practice, work hard outside of swimming, and you will realize your goals. Matt says what he will miss the most next year is practicing with and racing with and against the fellas. Next year, Matt plans on going to college and doing intramural swimming. Matt has been some words from Matt's coaches is that he has been such a valuable asset to the team throughout his 4 years. Even as a freshman, he was immediately a top contender for us. Watching Matt's hard work in practice, his meet performances were not a surprise. In the 4 years that we've known him, Matt has never complained. He swims anything the team needs, even turning himself into a backstroker sophomore year when that was a weakness for the team. Matt is a true pleasure to coach, and his talent and work ethic will be sorely missed in 2022. Best of luck, Matt! Next up, we have Captain Sam Granger. Sam is a 4-year starter for the Grey Ghosts. Sam says his greatest accomplishment is becoming a captain when I never could have imagined it freshman year. His favorite memories include any time the full team is together. Bus rides or meets or spags, those are the best moments. Sam's message for the team is to keep this team strong, keep achieving your individual goals, but most importantly, make sure the team is always fun. Next year, he will miss most the ability to mentor younger swimmers on the team. In the future, Sam may try to walk on to a college program. Some words from Sam's coaches are Sam has shown tremendous growth over his 4 years on the team. As a senior, Sam is now a big-time contender at the state level, having some of the top freestyle times in Massachusetts this season. Although he's so dependable in scoring big in his races, it has been even more rewarding watching him blossom into a great leader on the pool deck. Sam has the ability to push his teammates in practice, going for the harder intervals. At meets, he has a knack for motivating underclassmen before big races or in relays. Sam has high expectations for himself and carries himself to a high standard at all times. We wish him well as he ventures off to college and know there are great things to come for him. Thank you so much, seniors. It was such a great season with you all, and thanks for making it so special. All right, next up, we are diving right back in for the 100 butterfly. In lane 3, we have Fletcher Zhang. In lane 4, Kyle Fan. In lane 5, Matt Song. In lane 6, Trevor King. And in lane 7, Nate Bott. The sectionals qualifying time for this event is a 58:61, and the state's qualifying time is a 56:63. All of these boys are veterans in this event this season. We have Fletcher's best time is a 56:57. Kyle's best time is a 58:59. Matt Song's best time is a 55:75. Trevor's best time is a 1:00:53. And Nate Bott's best time is a 1:03:5. It looks like Matt Song will hold on to that lead out front. Coming in with a strong finish. Great swim for Matt. And here comes the other boys not too far behind Matt. Matt's final time in that event will be a 57:03. Kyle's final time is a 1:02:13. Trevor's final time is a 1:02:5. Fletcher's final time is a 1:04:10. And Nate's final time is a 1:04:75. Next up, we have the 100 freestyle. In the 100 freestyle, in lane 1, we have Ansh Desai. In lane 2, we have Nate Gales. In lane 3, we have Tommy McKenna. Lane 4 is Aiden Curtin. Lane 5 is Quinn Schwab. Lane 6 is Brian Hall. Lane 7 is Doug Caggiano. And in lane 8 is Brendan Flaherty. Unfortunately, we did have a false start in lane 2 for Nate Gales, and because it was before the judges asked everybody to stand up, unfortunately, he will be disqualified before the event starts. But we'll see how our 100 freestyle goes for the rest of our swimmers. Ansh Desai's best time in this event is a 1:04:91. Aiden's best time over in lane 4 is a 52:16. In lane 7, Doug Caggiano's best time is a 57:56. And Brendan Flaherty's best time is a 1:02:84. Looks like Quinn Schwab will lead at the first turn, with Aiden and Tommy very close by. Brian Hall close as well. Brian was the winner of the 200 freestyle. And here they come into the finish, and it looks like Quinn will hold on to that lead in lane 5, with Aiden not far behind him. Final times for our 100 freestylers. In lane 1 was Ansh Desai with a 1:05:65. Lane 3 was Tommy with a 53:53. Lane 7 was Doug Caggiano with a 57:56. Lane 8 was Brendan Flaherty with a 1:01:78. In lane 4 was Aiden Curtin with a 52:58. In lane 5 was Quinn Schwab with a 51:78. And in lane 6 was Brian Hall with a 54:25. Next up, we will have our 500 freestylers. In lane 2 will be Rishi Kasarla, whose best time this season is a 7:16 6:09.91. In lane 3 was Owen Walpole, whose best time this season is a 6:09.34. In lane 4 is Dan Otterson, whose best time this season is a 5:50.31. In lane 5 is Oliver York, whose best time this season is a 5:13.19. In lane 6 is Davis Haynes, whose best time this season is a 5:59.85. And in lane 7 is Adam Wedlake, whose best time this season is a 6:30.25. All right, here go our 500 freestylers stepping up to the blocks. The sectionals qualifying time for the 500 freestyle is a 5:23.10, and the state's qualifying time is a 5:13.27. Looks like we have Oliver off to a very strong lead in this event. Behind him are Dan Otterson in lane 4 and Davis Haynes in lane 6. Just a reminder, although the pool is filled with all Westford Academy swimmers, we we've already designated 3 official swimmers in each event who will be scoring points to the team. And the rest of the swimmers are swimming to get some best times to qualify for state tournaments and sectional tournaments. Unfortunately, due to COVID, those meets won't be happening this year, as I said before. But it's still a great motivation and a great chance for more swimmers to get more times. It looks like Oliver will hold on to that lead as he finishes his second half of this event. Dan looking strong over in lane 4. We'll see if he can beat his best time of a 5:50.31. And Davis Haynes closer to us in lane 6, also working to beat his best of a 5:59. Rishi over in lane 2 looking strong with a really fast pull and turnover in his stroke. Owen Walpole turning on his turnover as well in the second half of this race. And Adam Wedlake getting those legs moving a bit in the second half of this race, which is very important. All right, we had a strong finish from Oliver York in this event. Coming in next is Dan Otterson. Oliver's final time was a 5:21.96. Dan had a best time this season of a 5:44.97. Davis finishing up with a best time this season of a 5:55.31. Owen Walpole with another best time this season with a 6:02.09. Finishing up closest to us is Adam Wedlake. And Adam's best time this season with a 6:24.44. Rishi will finish up his last 50 of this event. And here comes Rishi in for his finish. And another best time by about 11 seconds with a 7:05.53. Great job to our 500 freestyle swimmers. Next up, we have the 200 freestyle relay. In lane 2 is Doug Caggiano, Brendan Flaherty, Ansh Desai, and Dhruvan Prakash. In lane 4 is Andrew DeBazio, Aiden Curtin, Matt Song, and Quinn Schwab. And closest to us in lane 6 will be Brian Hall, Vincent Zhu, Kyle Fan, and Oliver York. All right, here we go as the swimmers get ready to step up for the 200 freestyle relay. Leading us off in lane 2 is Doug Caggiano. In lane 4 is Andrew DeBazio. In lane 6 is Brian Hall. All right, transitioning from Andrew DeBazio onto Aiden Curtin in lane 4. From Brian Hall to Vincent Zhu in lane 6. And over in lane 2, we're transitioning from Doug Caggiano to Brendan Flaherty. We have Aiden swimming a strong 50, transitioning over to Matt Song. And Vincent finishing well and transitioning over to Kyle Fan. Over in lane 2, we have Brendan transitioning over to Ansh Desai. All right, and heading in for the anchor of the 2 free relay is Quinn Schwab in lane 4. And closer to us is Oliver York in lane 6. About to dive in over in lane 2, furthest from us is Dhruvan Prakash. A strong finish from Quinn Schwab. That will bring that relay to a final time of 1:37:06, qualifying them for the state cut. A finish from lane 6 with a time of 1:41:57. And a strong finish from lane 2 with a time of 1:54:29. All right, up next we have our 100-yard backstroke. In lane 2 we have Nate Gales. In lane 3 is Will Estevez. In lane 4 is Sam Granger. In lane 5 is Tommy McKenna. In lane 6 is Ryan Pillion. And in lane 7 is Zach Ouellette. Lane 8 is Chris Fallman. We have a couple of veterans in this event, with Will Estevez's best time this season at a 1:03:72. Tommy's best time this season is a 59:28. And all strong starts. It looks like Sam Granger will take an early lead. He has not swam this event yet this season. Not far behind him is Tommy McKenna and Will Estevez as they come into their first turn. All right, we have strong finishes from all of our backstrokers. Sam Granger's final time is a 57:44. Tommy's final time is a 1:01:75. Ryan's final time is a 1:00:57. Nate's final time is a 1:18:59. Will's final time is a 101.63. And Zach Oulette's final time is a 102.5. Chris Fallman's final time is a 108.43. All right, next up we have our 100 breaststroke. In lane 1, we have Davis Haynes. Lane 2, Kyle Fan. Lane 3, Fletcher Zhang. Lane 4, Quinn Schwab. Lane 5, Andrew DeBazio. Lane 6, Nate Bott. Lane 7, Vincent Zhu. And lane 8, Dhruvan Prakash. Strong pullouts from all of our swimmers. Quinn has not swam this event this season, but is a very strong breaststroker, and he takes an early lead in this event. Not far behind him is Andrew DeBazio and Nate Bott. All right, and coming in for the finish, we have Quinn Schwab in the lead. Quinn's final time in this will be, with Andrew and Nate not far behind him, Quinn's final time will be a 105.19, Andrew's a 108.16, Nate's a 108.22. Coming in now, we have in our 100 best in lane 1, we have Davis Haynes with a 123.72, Kyle Fan with a 115.5, Fletcher Zhang with a 107.85, Vincent Zhu with a 108.72, and Dhruvan Prakash with a 125.03. All right, and ready for our final event of the day, we have the 400 free relay. In lane 2, we have Oliver York. In Chris Fallman, Owen Walpole, and Dan Otterson. In lane 4, we have Sam Granger, Aiden Curtin, Zach Ouellette, and Quinn Schwab. In lane 6, we have Brian Hall, Tommy McKenna, Will Estevez, and Ryan Pillion. And in lane 8, we have Trevor King, Brendan Flaherty, Nate Gales, and Rishi Kasarla. All right, in the water now, we have leading off each of our relays in lane 2, Oliver York, lane 4, Sam Granger, lane 6, Brian Hall, and lane 8, Trevor King. Diving in lane 4 for the second leg, we have Aiden Curtin. In lane 6 is Tommy McKenna. In lane 2 is Chris Fallman. And in lane 8 is Brendan Flaherty. Looks like lane 4 has a strong lead as Aiden Curtin comes in for his next turn. All right, diving in for the third leg, we have Owen Walpole in lane 2, Zach Ouellette in lane 4, Will Estevez in lane 6, and Nate Gales in lane 8. And diving in for our anchors in lane 4, we have Quinn Schwab right off of his 100 breaststroke, still looking strong. In lane 6, we have Ryan Pillion. Over in lane 2, Dan Otterson for the anchor. And in lane 8, Rishi Kasarla. Strong swims from all of these boys. All right, and lane 4 coming in for their finish with Quinn Schwab, a great anchor in any relay. In lane 6, Captain Ryan Pillion finishing his senior meet, an exciting day. Dan Otterson finishing up over in lane 2. And soon Rishi Kasarla will be finishing up in lane 8. Final times for our 400 freestyle relay. In lane 2, a time of 3:54.25. Lane 4, a time of 3:44:39. And lane 6, a time of 3:41:09. And finishing up in lane 8, we have a time of 4:18:09. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We apologize for getting this video out late to you, but we wanted to make sure that we made it the best we could be in honor of our seniors for their senior meet. So great job, everybody. And we will see you tomorrow night for our girls' senior meet. Have a great night.